How you doing? And thanks for tuning in to the What the Hell podcast. This podcast is dedicated to those things that drive you nuts and annoy you, and just make you say, "What the hell?" Come on in. Let's get this thing started. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell? Greetings and salutations to the what the hellions out there. How the fuck are you? What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? As I always say, hope you're having a fantastic fucking week and all that shit. So, thanks for tuning in, man. It's great to be able to bring this to you. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. But we're going to do housekeeping. Yeah, housekeeping. So, hey, you know, please, pretty please with sugar. Should I do it in the baby voice? Would the baby voice help me if I do this? Let's change to the baby voice.
Would you pretty please go to Apple Podcast and give a review? That's right, I said a review of What the Hell. Not just rate it. Now, rate it also, but please give a review. We've got some good ratings lately, but not a lot of reviews. Okay, I think this is probably annoying you at this point, so I'm going to go back to normal.
How about that? Is that a little bit better? I don't know. I enjoy the little sound effect machine I have here, but that's, you know, just because...
You are one pathetic loser.
Yes, I am. I am one pathetic loser, but that's okay. So please, yes, go to Apple Podcast if you would, and review the podcast. Right? Go to the Apple Podcast to review the podcast. That makes sense. Please do that. I would really appreciate it. And again, you know, spread the love. Let people know if you like it, and you know, all that kind of stuff. It helps, right? It helps get the word out. It helps get more listeners and all that kind of stuff. So I would really appreciate that. You know, I do this for free, but it's nice to get the recognition. Anyway, if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. And again, would love to hear feedback, good, bad, ugly, or otherwise. You can email me at whatthehellpodcast@yahoo.com. And I'll take the good, I'll take the bad, show suggestions. Hey, if you're a listener on this and you want to co-host and you think you can bring something to it, email me, whatthehellpodcast@yahoo.com. Let's chit-chat. We can get together on Zoom like I did with my brother last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever the fuck it was, and let's figure it out. I wouldn't mind doing that. It's a lot more fun to have a conversation than it is just sitting here in front of my computer talking into a microphone. But hey, you know, it's all good. So yeah, what the hell podcast @yahoo.com. YouTube channel is out there. I put stuff up on that. Just, you know, these episodes kind of transcripted. Maybe at some point I'll consider doing, you know, actual video stuff like that. But I think I need to get a few more loyal listeners and all that kind of stuff before I do it. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. So thanks for tuning in. Let's chit chat a little bit about a topic that was a little near and dear to my heart. Not so much anymore because now I'm old and I don't do this. But for the love of God, when I was younger and going out all the time, this is something that always baffled me. Like, why does this... I'm surprised that college studies, and it's probably really easy, but I'm surprised that college studies have not been done on today's subject. And I'm sure it's as simple as... I'm sure it's a very simple explanation, let's put it that way. But I would still... Because what I'm talking about seems to be something that happens a lot when you're in college or when you're younger. And of course, what I'm talking about is one very simple question. If you're out partying, you're out having a good time, okay? You're at the bar, you're at the club, whatever. You're out having a good time. Why is it you can go hours, and I mean hours, without having to pee? But the minute you break the seal, you got to go every 30 fucking seconds. what? I just went. Are you kidding? And it's not even a slight urge like, yeah, you got to pee, but you can probably hold it. It's, no, dude, you need to pee right now. You have to pee right now. And you're like, oh, come on. Are you kidding me? And okay, so let's be real. I know that the answer is, you're who knows how much you've been drinking at that point, but you've been hanging out and doing all that kind of stuff, and you've been holding it. And at one point it's time, right? And the body gets done doing what it's got to do and all that kind of stuff. But like I firmly believe that if I drank the same fluid quantity of water in the same amount of time while sitting at home on the couch, that I wouldn't have to pee as much as I do if I drank the same amount in beer, let's say, at a bar, and then I would have to pee more. I firmly believe that there's something different there. And for that matter, I also believe that if I drank the same thing in the same amount at the same amount of time, right? So, random example. If I drank 8 beers in the span of 4 hours at a bar, right? And then you break the seal and got to pee every 30 seconds. Or if I drank 8 beers in 4 hours at my house, that I wouldn't have to pee as much as I do when I'm at the bar. And I know most of you listening to this, most of my what the hellions out there can relate to what I'm talking about right here, right? You can relate because you've experienced this yourself. And it's always right as you're probably having the most amount of fun that you've had all night. You get there, you start drinking a little bit, everyone starts loosening up, and then you're having a good time, and it's like, son of a bitch, I gotta pee. And all your friends are like, again? You just went. And then there's the one friend that's like, you broke the seal, dude. You're screwed. You are completely screwed now because you popped the seal. I don't know why it is, but that's annoying, right? You're just trying to have a good time. You're trying to hang out with your friends, and your body's going, excuse me. That's the internal echo monologue, right? You're hanging out, having a good time with your friends, and you broke the seal, and within a couple of minutes, your body's going, water flowing. Your bladder is full. It's pushing against your skin. You have to pee right now. Right? That's what if your bladder could talk to you at that moment, that's what it's saying. And the longer you try and hold it in, and this is after you break the seal, the longer you try and hold it in, the ruder your bladder gets. He said, oh, you're gonna ignore me. That's what you're gonna do? That's okay. You realize that I'm down here next to your balls, right? I can just put a little bit of pressure right there. Just a little bit of pressure. Oh, here it comes. Dude, empty me now, because I got more shit that's trying to get in. Okay, more pee, whatever. I got more that's trying to get in here, and I'm holding it back because your dumbass won't go to the bathroom. Prepare for pain. Prepare for pain. And it starts aching, and you're just like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go out there. And then what happens? Okay, so you delay it as long as possible, and then what happens because you delayed it as long as possible? You have to wait when you get to the restroom, right? Maybe it's a small bar and there's 2 urinals and a toilet, and there are 5 other guys in the same situation that you are. Now, I can talk to this from a guy's perspective because let's be real, we have it easy when it comes to going pee, right? Unzip, take it out, pee, put it back. We don't have the issues that females have when doing this. And I can only imagine how bad this scenario plays out for the women out there listening to this that have had the same problem. And then, of course, it's not as easy for y'all to pee, and you can't just get it. I mean, I know they're out there somewhere, women urinals. I don't get it, but whatever. But you know, you have different facility requirements, and there might be only, you know, there's probably one of the reasons I believe that there's always a line in the women's bathroom at a busy restaurant or a bar or at a club is because there's just physically not as many receptacles for the human waste as there is in a guy's restroom, right? Because if you can easily put 2, maybe even 3 urinals, single person urinals in a space where a toilet would go. You can definitely put 2, right? Or, you know, some of these bars are smart. They just have a big trough. Man, when I was stationed in Germany, they didn't even do that. They just ran a pipe. They had it was a tile wall. They had a pipe at the tile on the top of the tile wall that just, you know, had like a waterfall effect, a slight waterfall effect, and a little trough on the bottom and drains the floor. So you basically peed on the wall. Right, and a constant flow of water. It wasn't bad. I've smelled regular restrooms that were way worse than that. But the ladies, man, I feel for you on that one. I'm sorry that it's harder for you, but you know, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. But I can only imagine how bad it is for you, because I know. And I haven't done this in a long time. This just came to me in a thought like, that's annoying. That's annoying as fuck, and I'm going to talk shit about it on the podcast, where you just have to go so often. And we forget in the middle of all that everybody else in the bar is probably doing the same fucking thing. And then lo and behold, it's worse because you're holding it and you don't want to go, and then everybody else is holding it, and then everybody that's in line for the bathroom, they don't just have to go. Right? They don't have to go. They have to go. Like, how many guys, and I know you're out there. I've not had this experience myself, but I know you're out there. How many guys have seriously considered pissing in the hand sink because they had to go so bad? I'm sure you're out there, because I've seen some of the stuff that guys do. I've seen guys fucking shit on the wall. I don't know why. And that's disgusting and probably shouldn't have brought it up, but I've seen it. But how many of you guys have like considered pissing in the sink? And I'm sure it's been done, actually. But what? And so why is it? Why is it that this fucking phenomenon drives us nuts? Why is it that we put ourselves in the situation where it hurts, and then we're doing this, and then they break the seal, and then we all gotta fucking pee? And everyone makes fun of you when you're that if you're the first person in your group, right? I'm going to sound like the Big Bang Theory, right? If you're the first person in your societal group that breaks the seal, and you're the person that does it before anybody else, you're getting made fun of. Even when everybody else is in the same situation, because you've had to do it more. You were the one person, and then you get blamed, right? You're going to get blamed. You're the asshole that made everybody else break the seal. Because you had to, number one, but then starts the group thing, and that's the other problem with this scenario where you're breaking the seal. If you're a woman, y'all have to go to the bathroom together for whatever fucking reason. So now, if I'm the guy that broke the seal first, and that, well, you know, I got to go too, and so I've just caused 2 people, if they're female, to go break their seal, and now I've become the asshole. And then everybody comes back, and then the next person, it's a domino effect, right? Breaking the seal. If that's not fucking annoying, if that doesn't drive you nuts, I don't know what is. And there's some of you that are listening to this that are laughing and going, amen, because you've been that person. You've been the initial seal breaker and caused this. Or you remember certain nights where you went out and you did this, and you look back. I look back and I'm like, why? You ever look back on some of the shit that you did and literally go, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking? I've got plenty of stuff like that. But again, I'm as I'm talking about this scenario, I'm picturing a local bar that my friends and I hung out at. We did karaoke at. It was a great little place, and it was a small, it wasn't a club. It was a small bar, and I just remember, going and drinking, and then next thing you know, at some point it's like, oh shit, I've held off too long. I've got to break the seal, and then next thing you know, you're going every 5 minutes or less, right? You're risking losing your spot in the karaoke line because you're in the bathroom peeing, and they don't let you take the microphone in there for obvious fucking reasons. But breaking the seal, that's what's on my mind today. That's my what the hell moment, and that's what's annoying. So, how do we fix it? I have no fucking idea, because you have to pee. Have you felt the physical? I'm sure you have, because we're talking about it. Have you felt the physical pain that you get when you don't break the seal? That shit hurts. And again, it's because your bladder's down there going, I can hurt you, and I will. Slowly and steadily, you're going to feel this pressure in your groin area to the point where if someone barely taps you, you're either going to piss yourself really hard or you're going to scream in pain. I love you, the bladder. We've all had that happen, and it's annoying. It's a what the hell? You're like, I just fucking peed. What? And you haven't had another beer since then, right? Because at that point, that's when you're going, I might need to slow down. Too fucking late. It's already all in there, and that's the science, right? Riot. Oh, I can't speak into English. That's the science, right? If it goes in, something's coming out. It's that simple. We don't, man, can you imagine how horrible it would be if we just like absorbed beer and didn't pee it out or any, well, like tequila, right? Most people realize that for some reason, alcohol has different effects on different people. And most of the people I know generally don't like tequila because it makes them mad. It's like the mad liquor. But if you didn't pee out tequila, imagine that. If you didn't pee out beer, imagine that. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. So yeah, if you take it in, it's got to come out. And, it is what it is. Now, someone out there has had to do studies on this. Does it make more sense to force yourself to pee more often so that the seal never really is intact and it's just normal? Or is this just how it is when you go out drinking? Inquiring minds want to know. The what the hellions want to know. I have no fucking clue. I'm just ranting about it. But why is it when you break the seal, when you go out, you got to pee every 3 fucking minutes? I don't know. It's annoying. It makes me say, what the hell? And probably makes you say, what the hell, too. And that's my rant for this week. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for downloading. Again, please go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. But I do beg, please, go to, because Apple Podcasts is the only place you can actually write a review. Please go and write a review, even if it's just a couple sentences. You're like, hey, this is great, I like it. Please go and do that. I would really, really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for listening, for downloading, and hopefully, doing these reviews and stuff like that. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Hey, I hope you have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you next time.